Hello, my name is Roger Clare and I'm mayor of Bolingbrook. This past week, I get an update on what was going on in Bolingbrook with this coronavirus, COVID-19. And today we are doing another to give you an update about what's happening here in Bolingbrook, as well as some items in regards to the region as well as the country. Been a lot of information come out about this situation and what to do, what not to do. I'm getting dozens of emails today from businesses, a handful from residents actually, because they're all staying in tune with what's going on through the news media, and as well as conference calls. Last night, Sunday night, I spent an hour on a conference call with several hundred mayors, and again today with probably a couple hundred mayors discussing issues that need to be dealt with. Last Wednesday actually, I signed a proclamation modifying our meetings and what needed to be done to conform with the Open Meetings Act. The governor, through his emergency order, as well as the Attorney General of the state of Illinois, have relaxed the rules a bit. We will be complying with those new rules, and there will be a meeting tomorrow evening. We have about 5 or 6 items we need to deal with regarding the operation of the village. One for sure is to pay our bills. The meeting will be, again, conforming with the new standards. The people will be sitting 6 feet apart, and we will limit attendance in the boardroom to under just a handful and allow people to come in and speak if they wish to address the board. We're not doing this to deceive or hide anything. We're simply doing it to conform and help keep this virus at a minimum. I'm also considering a hiring freeze and a spending freeze. This issue is going to have tremendous budgetary impacts. We don't know the depth and breadth of that just yet, but we'll be monitoring that over the next several weeks. With me today is Lucas Rickelman, our Director of Public Services, and Ken Temple, our Director of Public Safety. I'd like to ask Lucas to come up and tell us what's going on with public services and a couple of related issues. Lucas?
Hello. Yesterday we got a call from our local representative from Groot that Waste Connections, which is based out of Houston, Texas, they are the parent company for Groot. They bought them a couple of years ago. They are instituting a company-wide policy where they are temporarily suspending e-waste, white goods, loose items, and constructions from being collected. Currently, all garbage must be bagged, and all recycling must be in the blue bins or other previously approved containers. Now, a couple of questions that came up, what is e-waste? E-waste is anything that is related to your TVs, your computers, and mice, keyboards, and that. Electronics. White goods are basically appliances, your refrigerators, your microwaves, your water heaters, and such. So we are working with Groot on a daily basis, and we are going to have a cleanup week in the future. Spring cleanup was scheduled for this week, and it has been postponed due to these changes. As I mentioned last week, your water out of your tap is safe to drink. It's been certified by the EPA and the World Health Organization. Illinois American is the local company that distributes the water, and they monitor it on a daily and hourly basis. One of the things I would like to stress this week is everybody's been out buying disposable wipes and using them. Please do not throw those in your toilet and flush them down there. They can wreak havoc not only on the sewer system within your home, but the sewer system as a whole. I ask that, we still have staff here providing village services. We have relocated them to 6 different facilities around town, so we are practicing our social distancing as a village. This will lead to some delays in services, but we are doing it, so please be patient with us. I would like to mention that, the census came out this week. You should be getting stuff in the mail as we speak. There's options for calling in and going online to fill that out. Please fill out the census information as that is vital to the future of the village, as it amounts to currently about $1,500 per resident. Beyond that, we will be here to stay open and provide you guys the services that you guys need.
Thank you, Lucas. My name is Ken Temple. I'm Public Safety Director for the Village of Bolingbrook. As of this taping, right now there are 21 positive cases of COVID-19 within Will County. As we all know by now, last Friday, Governor Pritzker has enacted an executive order to address the COVID-19 epidemic in in the state of Illinois. We have his executive order posted to our website. If you have any questions about it, you can go to the Village of Bolingbrook's website, look at the executive order, and see what it has further to say. The order mandates all residents to stay at home, practice social distancing, and it regulates essential businesses and their operations. Yeah, it's very detailed. I've been getting calls all weekend. Do I need a letter to drive around Bolingbrook? Do I have to get a letter from my boss that we're essential? Everything is laid out in this order as far as what is essential, what is not essential. You do not need a letter to drive around the Village of Bolingbrook from your boss. I've been getting questions as far as, will the Bolingbrook Police Department be doing checkpoints and stopping people? No, we are not. We just ask that our residents comply with the governor's order. We're asking for voluntary compliance, and but we are ready to enforce the order if it's being ignored. We have also altered our services here within the village because of COVID-19. All of the village services have been relocated to the Bolingbrook Police Department lobby. We are open. If you need a building permit, if you have a question for finance, if you want to come in and pay something, everyone is located in the police department lobby, which, as you're looking at Town Center, we are the doors above the tunnel. We're there for all services Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If you can, please conduct your business online. If you can do it online. If not, please, if you could do it on the telephone, we ask that you do. We've also altered our services for police and fire response. If an officer can handle a non-emergency or a not-in-progress call by the telephone, they will. The fire department has created a video, and we posted it to our website, again, on the Village of Bolingbrook, about how we will respond to your house if you need the fire department, if you have a medical emergency. And it's a very high-quality video, and we hope that you go there and take a look at it. Again, I'm stressing we have not shut down. We are still open. It might be a little while till we can get to your phone call, but we are still here for you. We're getting a lot of questions about what's going on with COVID-19 testing here in Bolingbrook. There's been things out on social media and even put out in press releases from other agencies and in the newspapers and online media about COVID-19 testing at the closed Walgreens site at Boughton and Whitewater. There will be COVID-19 testing there. It is not open to the public. You can't just drive up there and say, I want to get tested. The testing site is a training site as of right now for Walgreens. It's their beta site, and then they'll go out across the country. It's very regulated by Walgreens and also Health and Human Services. They are actually the government agency overseeing all of the testing. It is their tests that Walgreens is using. We are there to just keep an eye on things and make sure that everything is done in an orderly fashion. As you come down Boughton Road and you're heading east between Orchard and Whitewater, please pay attention. There are some large signs, and we have the road coned off for those who have appointments and schedules for the COVID-19 testing. So please be careful if you're driving down Boughton Road between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. That's when testing will be going on. As of right now, Health and Human Services is only allowing first responders and healthcare workers to be tested. They have a very limited number of tests, and they want to make sure that these folks are tested before they're sent out into the communities and actually providing the services that are necessary for all of our residents. But in the future, they do anticipate opening it up to other folks. Right now, if you're 65 and over with symptoms, they recommend that you go to the closest hospital or contact your own personal physician for further details. And lastly, I can't walk away without pleading with everyone to practice safe COVID-19 virus personal hygiene, if you will. Wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, stay at least 6 feet away. This virus is spread through aerosol droplets that could land on things. Wipe down flat surfaces, your steering wheel. Don't shake hands. Your credit cards, if you're out and about, you're going through drive-thrus and you're handing your credit card back and forth, wipe down your credit card. And be mindful of those that might be a little more susceptible to this disease. Take some extra distance, those that might be in that vulnerable or older sector of our society. Thank you.
Court system.
Thank you. Mayor brought up the court system. All courts have been suspended until further notice, really, at this time. So if you have to go to court, get on the website, take a look. If it's an emergency case, an order of protection, items like that, the judges are handling those on review. And if it's a traffic ticket or a parking ticket or things like that, those have been continued for at least 90 days out, but I anticipate going even longer. So if you have any questions about your court appearance, contact the county that issued, that oversees that court system. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Ken. Somebody may be observing that we're not socially distanced, but we have spent several hours together every day the last several days dealing with this issue. So that can't really be avoided. A couple of things I'd like to mention. There's a big need for donated blood. The Red Cross in Wyndham Parkway, just on Weber and 355, and the Heartland Blood Centers, I'm sure their webpage can tell you where to donate blood, but there's a dramatic decrease in blood, and if you feel comfortable in doing so, please make it a point to stop and donate. There's been some questions nationally about what should be going on in terms of local business and so forth. I'd like to say that today I got an email from a major transportation company here in Bolingbrook offering up transportation and warehouse space, distribution space, if necessary, for mobilizing whatever we might need. I was very pleased to hear that. And also I got another call from a major developer here in Bolingbrook who's built several buildings in our business parks, again offering space. That was Bulletproof and Prologis, and I'm sure the others will be coming forth too. As far as the test, I've been asked the question, have I been tested? No, I have not. I was offered a place to test, but quite honestly, I don't have the symptoms. I don't have a temperature, which seems to be one of the key indicators. My temperature is normal, and I don't personally like the fact that some people with privilege and access get this test ahead of the others that really seriously need it. Shopping limits. Most of the stores are posting shopping limits for the goods and services that you're seeing talked about in the national media and state media. Please abide by those shopping limits. It's just critical that we share as much of our goods and services in our grocery stores and others with all who may need it. Last week I was complimentary to the country in general because people seem to be working together, and I've noticed the last couple of days the blame game has started between states, between governors, between the White House, the governor's mansion, and the political parties. It disgusts me personally. This is something we should all be together on and cooperate and do what we can without taking time out of valuable time to attempt to criticize one another. And it's everybody's involved in this. It's not just any particular party. We are in day 2 of what's going to be about 15 days of this situation where we're supposed to stay at home. So far, it seems to be relatively quiet, but after about another 5 or 10 or even 13 days, people are getting a little testy. So please keep in mind we are in this together and cooperate as best we can. Yesterday, I got an email from a resident who lives off Featherstown and Boughton Road, and they sent me a picture of the sidewalk in front of the Gateway's wetland area. And his caption was that people have been asked, the children have been asked with their sidewalk painting chalk to come up with something positive, and somebody had put on there, "We love Bolingbrook." Brought a great smile to me, and it brought a lot of great comments to residents that they love Bolingbrook too. We all love Bolingbrook. Keep that in mind, and again, as I closed last week, please stay calm, stay safe, and please stay home. Thank you.